niggas, it's busy. You better kiss me, bitch, I floss for this. Breaking a date late, get you caught in fists. Fuck taking the night off, let a Boston quick. Back on my man cams, lady relatives. Sick. His mama said you can't just jab your tits. I don't give a fuck, I'm a degenerate. Sell her a crack rock, maybe give it an itch. Listen to this and repeat on your podcast sim. Hey busy, please mention me. Nothing real about Reddit or Twitter critique. Fuck a critic, that's a human gnat or a muskie. A wax sucker, yo, love me fat. Like these days we look out for beast smoke, beat slate, beat shines and trees play, beats may defeat me, ain't no way to defeat me inflate. I've been writing with the same goal since 8. Can't you feel it coming? Get Vince sensei, self-defensive, I'm a sensei. Martial artist like him's name, partial gods but in vain. He's insane and in aim, scope sighted within flame. Drop bullets for him shame and disappear when the mist is cleared. Fall leaves in intense pain, making my own fame. Waking with more lanes available each day. Musician, producer, Canadian phone loser. You're just a loser and a logger, a Karen male but barren. Hey, I like your music, write more, bitch, and you be okay. By the way, Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take.
Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take.
Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take.
Was bombarded by urban Turkish society. Urban Turkish society had changed. Society had changed substantially. The poor farm laborers who moved. The poor society had changed substantially. The poor farm laborers who moved into the cities during the 50s
My boy, my German man.
Yeah. Oh.
That's yeah, for sure. No, it's been live for a half hour, crowd.
Yeah, we're going right now.
Yeah, no, it's been live for over half an hour with no audio, and people have been losing their minds. In fact, we may be on the air right now as they hear this. Yeah, in fact, they are hearing us.
No, wait. Is
yes,
this channel
they are.
Oh.
People's Populist Press? No, wait.
No, it's true. It's true, crowd. It's true.
Which channel do you use? Do you still use
It's the Daka channel, crowd.
Fuck, no way. Daka.
A lot of people are very angry with you right now, Croat.
There's 17 people who hit the thumbs down button, crowd.
Okay.
17 people rioted, crowd.
Oh, we're losing the
Daka. If you search Daka on YouTube, all you get is fucking Warhammer bullshit. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh no, fuck, we really are live. Oh, fucking hell. Fuck, okay.
Nice.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Okay, crowd. Well, what we're gonna do,
We're good. We're doing fine.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna restart the show, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I'll mute myself and the show is all yours. Sorry. Do you want me to play the song? I can play the song if you want.
Yeah, play this song, and after the song, we'll be on the air.
You better kiss me, bitch. I floss for this. Breaking the day late, get you caught in fist. Fuck taking the night off, let a boss quick. Back on my man cams, lady relatives. His mama said you can't just jab your tits. I don't give a fuck, I'm a degenerate. Son of a crack rock, maybe give it an itch. Listen to this and repeat on your podcast sim. Hey, busy, please mention me. Nothing real about Reddit or Twitter critique. Fuck a critic, that's a human nap. Must keep the wax sucking your rub me fat. Like these days we look out for beast, smoke weed, slay beats, giants and trees, play beats made defeat me, ain't no way to defeat me, inflate, I've been writing with the same goal since 8, can't you feel it coming, get Vince sensei, self-defensive, I'm a sensei, martial artist like him's name, partial gods but in vain, he's insane, and in aim, scope sighted with pin flame, drop ultra them shame, and disappear when the mist is cleared, fall leaves in intense pain, making my own fame, waking with more lanes available each day, musician, producer, comedian, phone loser, you're just a loser, and a logger, a Karen male, but Baron, hey. I like your music, write more, bitch, and you be okay. By the way, Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take.
Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take.
Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take. Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take.
Hey niggas, it's busy. You better kiss me, bitch. I floss for this. Breaking the
All
day,
right.
get your caught in
All
fist.
right.
Fuck taking the night off, let a boss
That's
quick.
enough.
Back on my man cams, lady relatives. His mama said you can't just jab your tits. I don't give a fuck, I'm a degenerate. Son of a crack rock, let me give it an itch. Listen to this and repeat on your podcast sim. Hey, busy, please mention me. Nothing real about Reddit or Twitter critique. Fuck a critic, that's a human nap. Or a must keep. A wax sucking your rub me fat. Like these days we look out for beast, smoke weed, slay beats, giants and trees, play beats made defeat me, ain't no way to beat me, inflate, I've been writing with the same goal since 8, can't you feel it coming, get Vince sensei, self-defensive, I'm a sensei, martial artist like him's name, partial gods but in vain, he's insane, and in aim, scope sighted with pin flame, drop ultra them shame, and disappear when the mist is cleared, fall leaves in intense pain, making my own fame, waking with more lanes available each day, musician, producer, comedian, phone loser, you're just a loser, and a logger, a Karen male, but Baron, hey. I like your music, write more, bitch, and you be okay. By the way, Cameron, have a wonderful day. One take.
One take.
All right. All right, there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the People's Populist Press Show for September the 22nd. Today we have an excellent guest. For some of you, he needs no introduction. For a lot of you, I'm just going to keep it simple. Cameron Clarke is the number one A-log of Dick Masterson in the world. Far better than Jesse, that plebeian. Now, Kraut, people are saying the audio has a fucking echo and it's fucked. Is this the case?
No, it shouldn't.
All right, excellent. Cam, how are you doing? Let people know who you are, what you do, and all that type of shit.
Oh, I'm Cameron Clarke. I'm a guy who posts on the internet. I like to post a lot on the internet. I look at the internet a lot. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, amazing. Very fucking detailed answer there. Yeah. This is like some fucking halfway crook tier shit fucking here.
Oh.
But anyway, for the people who are crying out there in the chat about it being muted for 30 minutes, look, the reality is Kraut fucked it today. You know, it's typical German engineering here today. But on this program, we're going to go through a number of different things about Dick Masterson. So I just wanted to bring up a couple of different things. First, I wanted to talk to you about all this fucking shit about Dick sucking dick.
Yeah.
So a lot of people aren't aware of this, but it has come to light that Dick Masterson sucked off some guy. Tell us about this, Cam. What fucking happened? How did he end up sucking this dick? You know all about it. Let us hear what happened.
This happened years ago at Burning Man, apparently. So what happened was, he was at Burning Man and doing his drugs, getting a little loose sexually. And I guess he was texting some guy about how he wanted to suck his cock really badly. Like, oh, I ever see you, I'm going to fucking suck that cock. I'm pretty sure that's an exact quote. But Marie, his girlfriend, apparently was able to read these texts. It was, I don't know, some kind of fucking Google thing. And later, when he got back, she confronted him about it, and he broke down and started crying, and said it was always a fantasy of his. He always wanted to suck a dick.
Tell me it ain't so, Cameron. Tell me it ain't so that the alpha Chad, Dick Masterson, who gets all the pussy in the world, all the women in the world, is really saying that men are better than women at sex because he wants to have sex with men. He wants to suck men's dicks.
Yeah.
Can't be true, is it, Cam?
Everything about men just better than even the big hard throbbing cock. Get that in your mouth, I guess.
Now,
not my thing, but I mean, more power, I guess.
More power to him, I guess. It's a very progressive day and age.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think there's anything wrong with being gay there. I personally think it's degenerate and fucked up there and weird, but Texas, they're fucking Burning Man. So this came from Jamie, right? So she, how did this end up coming out? So it was through Discord or whatever?
Yeah, I've been talking to Jamie on Discord for like a while. And she's told me a lot of stuff. So, a lot of the stuff that you'll be hearing from me, obviously you're gonna have to be taking her word for it. But I don't know. She's never lied to me before.
Well, this is the thing. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh, well, this is just Amy. She's a jilted lover. Yeah. Jilted lovers will say fucking anything." But we do have, how should we say, some circumstantial evidence. I just sent these over to Kraut, these screenshots. If Kraut could throw these pictures up on the screen,
yeah, give me a
because
moment.
I think they're a little bit illuminating as so far as Dax's mindset when it comes to sucking dick. Because, if you asked me to suck dick or you talked about sucking dick, I'm probably going to tell you, fuck no, that's fucking weird. I would never suck some guy's fucking cock. But for Dax, he really entertains the concept. We have a tweet here. and stuff from his Reddit that we'd like to get up on screen so that people can understand exactly what Dax is telling regarding. Anyway, so Cameron, when it comes to all this stuff, so it was her sending Discord. Now, did she accidentally leak stuff, or what ended up? She sent this to you directly?
Yeah, we were in a group chat, me and Sir Pants and Jamie. Sir Pants is for anybody. The biggest problem is who's listening would be Dr. Smoothrod. But yeah, we were in a group Discord. She told us a lot of shit. Dropped a lot of stuff on us at once, which is why it's sort of hard to like recall it all. Like there's just so fucking much. Like the Juju the cow shit.
Hold on, we'll get that in a minute. So we have the screen capped up on the screen. So we have a tweet from Dick Masterson, April 12th, 2020. I think I could size clocks without choking. And then we have another post from Dick on his Reddit saying, I'll give anything a shot. I'd suck a dick if it was big enough. So this is Dick's mentality towards sucking cock. He's very open. Seems like he wants to suck cock as long as it's big enough, if it's a large cock. Do we know the quality, Cameron, of this cock he sucked in? Do we know how large it was? Was it black? Was it Mexican? Was it white? Was it circumcised? Was it not? What's going on with that?
I have no idea. I mean, I got to imagine it had to have been a pretty good dick, but who knows? He just knew the guy, and he just really wanted to suck his dick. I think it was more of an emotional connection that he had with the guy. But no, I don't know really anything about. This was before Jamie even like moved in and started seeing Dax. This is just something that Marie told Jamie. Probably hoping that she would stay away from him. He's a dirty dick sucker.
So now with this tweet here, did this come out after or before all this info came out about him sucking dick?
Before.
This is before. Yeah. So this is before.
It was after the initial leaks came out where I was talking with Jamie, and then I think it might have actually been after it was during the whole Simspiracy thing after Jesse's leaks. So he was trying to, I think, get out in front of it, telling these hilarious jokes about sucking dick. So that way, when the info comes out that he was sucking dick, he's like, "What are you sucking dick? Is fucking cool. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, that's Chad. That's his plan. Yeah, it's Chad, guys. It's fucking Chad's fucking penis, that guy.
Yeah,
that's the fucking dick way. Sean, you tell him, Sean. Sean, tell them about how I rode the dildo machine, Sean. Tell them about my sex robot, Sean. This is like Dick's fucking weird coping mechanism is to try and be like, yeah, I'd suck a dick. I'd really suck it if it was big and black there. Yeah. Fucking crazy shit there.
But only as a joke, but
only as a joke.
Really?
Yeah. So this whole thing about him being in sucking cock, to some people it might be too far-fetched, a little bit out there. But Amy has also brought up something else. Like to get diddled with dildos in his ass.
Yeah.
Is this factual? Is this the case?
Well, yeah, that's what she told me.
Tell us more about this. Expand.
She liked to fuck him up the ass with his sparkly purple dildo he got specifically for her to fuck him up the ass with. He sucked the dildo off afterwards, apparently. She you'll see in the screenshot I posted, she said that she made both Dax and Marie suck her dick, her sparkly purple dick. So there's that. I mean, yeah, but you know, it's getting fucked up the ass by a woman. That's straight. That's still Chad.
That's fucking Chad,
Yeah.
right? I mean, this guy is an alpha male. He tells women what to do. Fucking, it's hot. He's a fucking Chad. So this is what he's doing. So he is off Jamie Lynn Hughes' big purple sparkly dildo after she fucked him and Marie with it.
Yeah.
This is fucking Chad King of the universe, on his fucking knees, fucking the shit covered fucking sparkly purple dildo. This is the reality.
Sucking his own shit off the sparkly purple dildo. I should remind you of a hot bikini babe, a hot model.
Oh, right. Because if she's a hot, like, you know, mid-30s fucking model there, it's perfectly acceptable to get fucked up the ass by her there. So I don't know where he draws the line on this. Like, is he okay with like a pre-op transsexual fucking his ass? Like, because it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like to me that he really discerns how he's getting his dick, whether it be an artificial cock or like a real cock. He just really wants cock. He really wants cock. That's what Dax wants. And it's shocking, really, with the persona that he has built up over the years of being the ultimate ladies' man and such a conqueror and such a dominant man, that he's having these fantasies and, in fact, living out these fantasies of getting fucked up the ass and sucking dick. Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? Did you ever think, because you used to be a dick fan, so tell me about your journey, Cam, before we get into some more of this crazy shit.
All right.
Because we want to lead with some of this crazy shit. We want to save some for later. The craziest shit is yet to come, if you can believe it. So tell us a bit about your journey. So you started out as a fan of the show. How were you associated with the show, and how did you end up on the PPP show, logging dick hard today?
Oh, a long journey. I was actually a Maddox fan at first. When I was a kid. Forgot about Maddox, and then I heard a couple of years ago that he was doing a podcast. I'm like, oh, cool, a Maddox podcast. It's probably shit. I'll listen to it. It was really good. Honestly. Biggest problem in the universe. Which, of course, had Dick Masterson on it. Dick was annoying at first, but then he eventually became sort of like the people's champion. He's always the people's favorite. Like, he would actually bring in funny problems and stuff, and Maddox was a little autistic, not that funny, more focused on stats, what have you. But so Dick basically became the more liked person on Biggest Problem. Fast forward a couple of years, the show ended. Then the Dick show started up. Maddox put out a video, which was basically a hit piece on Dick, saying that, maybe worth re-examining now, but with a clip of Dick on the on the Biggest Problem, where he's basically saying that women should, expect to be raped when they get drunk and go out to parties, whatever.
It's a reasonable opinion.
Yeah. So something that Maddox took out of context to try to smear Dick, and I don't like being manipulated or whatever. And I felt like that's what Maddox was doing. He's trying to manipulate the audience to go against Dick for whatever reason. And then Dick came out with what I thought was a more transparent story. So I took Dick's side on the thing, and I paid for the Patreon, and I got on. Mm-hmm. And so as the Dick show went on, Dick started weaving in like a sort of storyline with Maddox as, the antagonist, the villain. And it's really easy, I think, to get invested in that kind of storyline, and it's more, it's probably easier than writing jokes and coming up with comedy bits or whatever, which is what Asterios was for. But there was this storyline about Maddox, who just kept lashing out and doing weird shit, underhanded shit to get back at Dick, whatever. And it makes you, it really makes you root for Dick. So I guess that's sort of where I was. And eventually, Maddox sued Dick. Didn't really pan out for Maddox. So that whole storyline with Maddox just ended up fizzling out. And then the Dick show's left, and there's nothing left. It's just a guy fucking yelling about his opinions.
Okay, what was the one definitive turning point for you where you fucking said, I'm done with this guy, the show was fucking shit?
Yeah, when he had Digibro on for I think the third time.
Wow.
He had him on once, and then after the first time, a bunch of the fans like, yo, Dick, what the fuck are you doing? This guy's a pedophile, right? So the second time he brought him on, and that's where you have that infamous audio of Digibro saying that he enjoys jerking off to little girls getting fucked. It dropped illustrations. I guess I should specify. It doesn't fucking matter. Then, I had a friend over with me, and I was watching the show. I had to explain to him, oh yeah, this guy who's in studio right now, by the way, is a pedophile. I'm just watching pedophile pod, biggie. So I had to fucking get it off. It was embarrassing. Then the next episode, Dick goes on and he says that, oh, poor Digibro, the guy's being accused of being a pedophile, but he's not. And I had a little spurg out. I made a Dick is a pedo apologist thread on Reddit. I fucking pulled my Patreon, whatever. But yeah, that was the one thing, because not only did Dick, allow Digibro to keep calling in after he said explicitly, I like jerking off to illustrations of little girls getting fucked. This is in exact words what he said. You can go look it up.
Yep.
And Dick not only says it's fine, but he also said, "Hey, come in studio next week or whatever. Come on into my house." What? No, that was too far for me.
Yeah, so it's interesting because Dick really thinks that this, doing this pedophile apology routine like he's been doing recently, and like he did a year ago or whenever, when he had Digibro on for the first time a couple of years ago or whatever, he really thinks that doesn't damage his brand. But as we can see from your example, you were a big-time fan of the show, you were following the show, you were invested in the show, you were supporting him financially for the product.
Yeah.
And rather than make the smart business decision to, not piss off every single member of his fan base who would be against pedophilia and against people like Digibro coming on, instead he decided to double down on it and give all you guys the fucking finger then, just like he is doing now. And what we saw recently on his Patreon was we saw a 4% decline month over month from when he endorsed Cuties to the next month. And that 4% decline, you go, oh, it's only 4%. But it's still significant. It was a few hundred people who decided that they were no longer going to support him financially because he's doing all this apology for pedophilia. And the thing of it is that it's not just bad for Dick's business. It's bad for everybody's business and reputation that's associated with Dick. You can only imagine what Shaun the Sheep is thinking as Dick is going on these monologues, defending Digibro, defending Cuties, defending all this fucked up shit. And you can only imagine what Nick Rekieta, who I'm going to be speaking to tomorrow, thinks about this sort of behavior, and his other associates. And I'm telling you, if Dax continues down this path of defending pedophilia, defending Lolicon, defending Cuties, defending Digibro, all this shit, he is going to fucking get destroyed. He is going to completely burn his business and his reputation to the ground, even more so than he already has. And you are a case study and a perfect example of how somebody goes from being a diehard supporter, financial backer, to now, I hate this motherfucker. I want to see his business fail. I want to see his show, decline. I want to see people force change in this guy because his behavior is fucking appalling. And it's disgusting. And I don't know if you mentioned it. I think you did in your monologue there, but Dick had Soph, who was, I think at the time, like a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
On the same stream as Digibro. He had a 14-year-old girl on the same stream as Digibro, and this happened after he fucking had Digibro on, and Digibro said he was attracted to children. How could Dick think that was a good move? How could he possibly fucking justify this?
Yeah, Digibro asking him questions and shit.
Yeah, they were interacting on the show.
Yeah.
This is episode, I'm going to put it in the chat. This is episode 145 of the Dick Show. For anybody that's interested, anybody that wants to go through that and clip anything or anything like that, it's in the chat now. This is real. This isn't us making up fucking bullshit. This is Dax Herrera fucking enabling a sick pedophile's fantasy to engage with underage children live on his fucking program. And it just blows your mind. Because it's just a continuation of this pattern of behavior, of doing the pedophile apology routine, and here he's enabling it. He is directly enabling Digibro's sick fucking fantasies to molest children by letting him engage with this 14-year-old girl, who, by the way, shouldn't even be on fucking the Dick Show, which is a very adult show. It's not meant for her, and a lot of the listeners of the show are people that are fucked up and might, try and fuck with this little girl. It's similar to when Ralph brought Soph onto the fucking kill stream. We morally objected to it. What were your thoughts? Give me your take on him having Soph on with Digibro.
I mean, Soph, who, realistically, probably groomed in the first place to be doing what she was doing. And to bring her on with Digibro, like, it's fucking, I don't know, it's disgusting. And he specifically, like, I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure he like directed Digibro to like ask her questions, and like he'd say, of course, that Digibro doesn't want to fuck real kids because he asked him, "Do you want to fuck real kids?" And Digibro said, "No way." So he believes that, of course, 100%.
So you combine this action, right? So we have him saying cuties is great. We have him, 14-year-old girl on with Digibro. Recently, we've learned that Ralph's soon-to-be wife, Faith, whatever the fuck you want to call her, was at the Barbie Dream Mansion where Dax supplied her a fake ID so that she could do drugs, provide alcohol. And what we're seeing now with the pregnancy, because she is now pregnant, is that more likely than not, the child was conceived at the Barbie Dream Mansion under Dax's house. Under his roof, this child was conceived. So we have this guy fucking defending pedophilia, defending cuties, enabling pedophiles' fantasy to engage a 14-year-old girl, providing underage girl, and allowing an underage girl to become his roof. People still don't have a problem with this guy or think there's anything shady or anything creepy or anything fucked up. Mind you, go ahead.
Oh, it's fucking weird. How many like real people he hangs out with? Like, for example, Riley is 21, and Riley's girlfriend is Salad, 18, 19, and these are other people he's invited into his house and like hung out with. Like, it's fucking weird. What 40-year-old man has friends that are half their age?
Mm-hmm. Now, I'll tell you about this. So let's talk about Riley for a quick moment. So that terrible rap track you were all listening to, which context for. That was Riley doing a diss track on this man we're talking to right now, Cameron Clarke. You can't fucking understand a word this motherfucker is saying. He sounds like he's got fucking marbles in his mouth. And, like, it's just fucking terrible flow I've ever fucking... it doesn't seem to be any sort of rhymes, nothing to this. It's fucking awful. And there's just like, Cameron, how did they...
Yeah.
You know,
it's got a message at least.
Yeah, it's got a good message. Tell us about...
Yeah.
So why is Riley so bumhurt with you? Why is he so angry? Is he writing this diss track on...
I don't know. I guess I get under his skin a little bit. We were gonna fight a month ago. He was a little pissed. Like Riley made a podcast with Cripple Jesus, who's another frequent guest on the Dish Show, called Holy Rollers. Really, really great stuff. But you know, Cripple Jesus had a podcast before, and he ended it to start this thing with Riley. Because Riley basically promised Cripple Jesus, we're going to get you way more viewers, get you some famous guests. No, they didn't have any guests at all. It was fucking horrible. But the podcast that I was doing with my co-host Beth, the Dickheads podcast, which is basically a spin-off of a fan podcast where, you know, we just make fun of the Dick Show, I guess, and fuck around. It's not really about the Dick Show at all. But our show got more views, and Riley challenged me to a fight, and Dick agreed to fund the fight. You know, he'd pay for whatever, which is weird because he has me blocked and there's no way for him to communicate with me. So I don't know how he'd pay for me to do anything. But we were going to fight, Riley and I, and he, long story short, he bitched out of it. And it makes him sore when I bring that up, I guess.
I imagine it makes him pretty fucking sore. Is it true Riley smokes crack?
Oh, I don't know if that's... I don't know if he's currently smoking crack, but he has claimed to have smoked crack before.
So Dick Masterson employs as his producer for his show a known crackhead who makes shitty fucking rap songs and can't book any sort of fucking good guest. Why does he do this? Like, is it just because, you know, Riley is a fucking shady, slimy fucking guy who will keep his mouth shut in his crime organization as, you know, Dax fucking does trafficking of underage girls, you know, all this sort of shit. Why do you think he brought this fucking idiot on board?
Well, because Riley looks up to Dick like a dad. Like, honestly, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I've been in a Discord voice channel with Riley where he's unironically just rambled on and on about all the life lessons he's learned from Dax. The most important one that he was telling everyone is that you shouldn't be afraid to just walk all over everyone to get what you want. And that's something that's always stuck with me about him. So I'm like, I sort of get where he's coming from. I think it's a fucking used car salesman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One thing I've always been curious about is Dax always is tweeting and saying shit to the effect that all school teachers are pedophiles. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't know why he says this, because Marie is a school teacher, right?
Yeah, really makes you think, doesn't it?
Well, it makes me think that Marie is like a Ghislaine Maxwell figure who is in charge of, like, procuring underage girls for Dax and for other people. You know, I'm surprised somebody hasn't complained to the fucking school board about Marie when Dax is saying all teachers are pedophiles. My girlfriend, by association, then is a pedophile and is grooming children. We have an underage girl in fucking Faith coming to his fucking house that gets fake IDs from him.
Yeah.
We don't know where this fucking girl came from. We don't know how many other girls may have been groomed in this fucking way. And it's just fucking, it raises a lot of questions. Because we also know that New Project 2 was taken down for money laundering, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
So if New Project 2 is taken down for money laundering, they're doing money laundering, they're associated with underage girls, they have a pedophile in their posse named Digibro, that he brings on 14-year-old girls to titillate the pedophile.
And Dex is also really into cryptocurrency. I should also point that out.
That is true.
Yeah.
He's all into cryptocurrency and avoiding paying taxes. So he's got a lot of fucking dirty shit going on. What is going on in this guy's organization? You know, is it the Barbie Dream Mansion or is it the Lolita Dream Mansion? Or is it the fucking Nightmare Crack Shack from hell where fucking underage girls are being raped and he's perfectly fine with it? I'm not fucking sure. I don't know what's going on. There's no definitive proof of any of this, but the guy, because of the crowd that he associates with, crackheads, pedophiles, all this fucking shit, it makes you wonder, you know, that fucking Vito guy that he's got on his team. Did you see the fucking pedophile that Vito trotted out this week?
Yeah, Mr. Girl. Is that what that is?
Yeah. That fucking weird fucking dude was saying he was turned on when he watched Cuties, that he was sexually turned on by the blonde one. And Vito and Dick were defending that motherfucker.
Yeah, Vito, he's in my server, and he was saying shit like, well, you know, I don't necessarily agree with him, but he's my friend. It's like, what the fuck? This guy is literally a pedophile saying, yeah, sure, I'm turned on by this 11-year-old girl. And he's just like, oh, well, whatever. He's just a wacky guy. What the fuck?
He's just a wacky guy?
Yeah.
How can you fucking say shit like this about a fucking pedophile?
Because Mr. Girl was there for him when his dad died or something like that. Yeah.
Mr. Girl was there for him when his dad died.
Deep
so it's okay. It's okay for him to be turned on by children then, and we're going to defend this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know? This shit is the new... I'm telling you this. The Barbie fucking Dream Mansion, the Nightmare Crack Shack from hell. Dispatch in the chat is saying he's going to stake it out. I'm telling you, motherfuckers, this is the new Comet Pizza. This is the new, like, what is going on in the basement of the Crack Shack? What is happening there? Is there underage girls, we know there's drug trafficking obviously going on, illicit drugs, fucking crack, all sorts of crazy fucking shit. This guy, he's sucking dildos, he's sucking dick. This is fucking crazy, isn't it? Fucking wild.
Oh, yeah. And, like, even if nothing is going on there with you know, the trafficking on the trafficking front, but like even if there's nothing like that going on, it still fucking really looks like it with all the comments that he's making. And he thinks that he's basically invincible because he has this massive Patreon and nobody really cares what dumb shit he says. They'll just keep paying him. Mm-hmm. And he thinks he can't be canceled. He said multiple times actually that he's too attractive to be canceled.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's already been canceled, but yeah, like before we get into it, because we'll talk about that.
But Marie, his fucking girlfriend, is in very real danger, and he just keeps fucking talking, and she's gonna get fired.
Well, let's talk. His fault. It is. It's going to be his fucking fault. He's saying all teachers are pedophiles. They all rape children. All this fucking crazy shit. Well, he's got a fucking teacher there. He's supplying kids with underage fucking IDs, fake IDs, this sort of shit. You brought up the Patreon there and this idea that, you know, his Patreon never goes down. I really think that his Patreon is fucked up. I think that those numbers are inflated and they're fake as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually is making 20 grand a month on Patreon. And you know why? So I brought this up to you before the show started. I said, look, when you actually go to Dick's live feed, there are maybe 20 or 30 people watching it live.
Yeah.
Out of the hundreds, of people who are supposedly paying for this.
On the YouTube.
Only 20 on YouTube. Only like 20 people are actually watching this show. It doesn't fucking make sense to me. It just doesn't. When you look at like his podcast listening, his viewership on his podcast, like his metrics and things like this, they have been very stagnant, if not been going down, at a time when his Patreon either stays the same or goes up. There's something fucking weird going on there. Very fucking weird. And like when you look at his YouTube videos, they only get a few thousand views.
Yeah.
They're very fucking small. Like this guy is very small time. I don't know where all this money is supposedly coming from. His viewership is low. His engagement is low. Where the fuck is this money supposedly coming from? Do you have any insight on this?
Of course, people will say that a lot of the dedicated fans listen on Patreon and that they'll be in the Discord listening live. But I mean, there's only ever, I don't know, 20 people in there listening live.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it is very strange. There's been, because of the competition with Maddox, every time there's been like some kind of milestone in the downloads, Dax has always made a huge fucking point to, celebrate it for a whole episode. And there hasn't been any of those celebrations in a long time. And another thing that sort of makes me think that the Patreon might be bullshit is that every year Dax did this like a stream where he would go on and he would say, "Go fuck yourself" to every person on his Patreon. It'd be like a 3-hour stream, but he didn't do one of those this year.
I wonder why. I wonder fucking why.
Just something to think about.
Just something to think about. It activates the fucking almonds there. You brought up Dax says he's too handsome to be canceled.
Yeah, but something he got from Mike Cernovich.
Yeah, it's a total fucking ripoff. He's a lazy fucker with very very little original material. Yeah. He just screams at the top of his lungs and does like the observational, very basic bitch observational comedy. I know a lot of people really like the shit on Biggest Problem and all this fucking shit where he's talking about, oh well, if somebody is shitting in your toilet or whatever, and but it's very basic like observational humor. The guy clearly was not good enough to make it an improv. He was kicked out of, what was it, the comedy club or whatever the fuck it was. What was it, UCB?
UCB,
UCB, wherever the fuck he was doing comedy, because he sucked. He wasn't fucking good enough. He never made it in Hollywood. And his biggest fucking thing in Hollywood was being in a Pizza Hut commercial, right? And what happened when he was in the Pizza Hut commercial? Do you know this, Laura? Do you want to tell them? What happened?
Oh, what about the Pizza Hut commercial getting pulled because because he got Jesse from Pod Awful deplatformed off of Patreon. Mm-hmm. So Jesse went and made a mirror of one of Dax's old videos where he was playing piano and singing a song about Mel Gibson.
And he
said the N-word and.
Oh, what he said is, like, I want you to be raped by a pack of niggers. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said. I'm not going to mince his words. This is what he said, because he's a fucking idiot, and he's a terrible comedian who has to rely on shock humor because nobody else is going to laugh otherwise. A lot of these people who every joke they make is either racially based or based in gender and shit like this. Not to say that those jokes are, that I think they're funny and stuff like this. But a lot of the time, they're very fucking untalented because they can't make any sort of material other than just resorting to saying the funny no-no words and doing like this cheap observational humor.
Yeah.
And what I've seen from Dick is that on his feet, like when I engaged with him on the Ricada show, he doesn't seem quick to me. He doesn't seem like he's done 20 years of improv. It seems to me like he's just fucking shitty. He's very untalented. I don't know if he's lost his passion for it or what, but do you want to give us some insight into this? Your take?
I don't think he's necessarily really a comedian. I mean, improv is for people who aren't really funny. You think about it, and he's not good enough for improv. He's not funny enough for the least funny form of comedy. I mean, it kind of figures that he's making a podcast and just trying to fucking pander to people at this point.
Yeah. I mean, like, who are the people that you would say are in the Dick audience still? Are they guys who are 35, 40, who grew up with Maddox and shit like this, and they're still there from the old days, and they don't give a fuck? They just want to listen to Dick because he was good with Maddox. Or are these like younger guys who look up to Dick as their father and think he's a Chad who's going to show them how to have sex with women and all this shit? What do you think?
Well, when the Dick shows started off, it was more the former there. It was like the 30, 40-year-olds, the sort of boomer crowd. But as it went on, we got more furries coming in. He started talking to Monkey Jones and Digibro and getting their audience, which is a bunch of fucking kids and furries and weebs, started mingling with Ralph and getting the Killstream people on there. And eventually the normal sort of older people have like disappeared, and now all that's left is just these fucking furries and weebs. And like if you pull like all the Dick Show crowd, I think the majority would probably tell you that Lolicon is perfectly fine.
You think so? Out of the audience that he has left, it has to be a small fucking audience that he has
in the active community, I should say, because I'm sure he still has a lot of like people just listening who don't look online at any of the shit, who don't read his Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, you mentioned this to me in the pre-show, and I don't know if you have it on hand. Do you have any of Dick's poetry on hand?
Yes, I do. Give me just a second.
No, that's fine. But yeah, I'll just expand on a couple of things that we were just talking about there while you get that pulled up. And then I'll send that poetry over to Kraut, and maybe he can get it up on screen. I don't know. But yeah, if his audience is cool with Lolicon, the audience that he has left, that is not an audience that you want to have. That is an audience of fucking sick, damaged, fucked up people. And it's fucked. And when you look at this man, right, he couldn't make it in Hollywood. He couldn't make it as a stand-up comedian. He was untalented. He could not create original material to save his fucking life. So then he goes to improv, isn't fucking good enough at that, gets kicked out for sucking. Then he fucking finally lands his big break, his fucking Pizza Hut commercial. His Pizza Hut commercial is fucking terrible. And it's funny to me that the only role that Hollywood deemed him good enough to be was the internal monologue of some dumb diva slut in her 20s. That's what they think he is. That's what he represents. Just a narcissistic, vain, dumb, airheaded cunt. That is Dick Masterson. That's what Hollywood views him as. And then, it all came out that, Dick said, I want you to be raped by a pack of niggers and all this shit. He was fucking canceled and lost his fucking Pizza Hut sponsorship, cries his fucking ass off at Jesse and other people, and says that they're job lynching him. Well, the reality about it is that he job lynched Jesse. By job lynch, because a lot of people aren't familiar with Dick and his bullshit terminology, he means going after somebody's money, going after his career. Well, here's the thing. Dick is perfectly evil, going after his ex-girlfriend's income, her livelihood. Last week, Ralph wrote a hit piece on his website, the Ralph Report, about AIDS Girl, listing out where she worked, where she lived, all this fucking shit, and told people to try and get her fired. And Dick, this motherfucker is the biggest hypocrite and the biggest piece of shit in the fucking world. The biggest piece in the world. And I just can't fucking stand him. He's just a motherfucker. And again, as I've said time and time again on this show, there's a very strange pattern of degenerate, weird sexual deviancy and behavior. The sucking dicks, the dildos, the fucking association bro, all this fucking shit. really makes you question who this man is, who he is really. And when we saw those messages that he was sending to Jamie Lynn Hughes, the simp texts, you realize that his private persona is very different from his private anima. Who he really is as a person deep down and who he is privately is obviously completely different than the Dick Show persona or the Dick character. Instead of being this Chad who tells women what to do and orders them around, he's this little fucking crybaby bitch begging for sex, simping for her, offering her to buy her things and money and fly her out and all this fucking shit. It's completely different. And so just starting to, the facade is starting to crack on this guy. And people are starting to realize this man is a sick motherfucker. He's fucking mind. And it's not good. It is fucking not good. Cam sent me some of the poetry here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pull this up. And hopefully Kraut is still here. So that he up for me on the screen. This is some fucking weird shit. I've also been doing like weird, like backwards writing with Jamie. Like he's doing this weird, like backwards writing. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, actually, these poems that I'm sending you were actually all written backwards. So I've
oh, you okay?
They're readable, yeah.
It's so fucking weird. So weird.
It's pretty,
all right,
pretty artsy.
Very artistic. Kraut, are you there? Hopefully, yeah. Fucking. Okay. Is the audio fine, Kraut? Or are people just fucking bitching and complaining for no reason, or is my?
You are roboting.
I am.
My connection is fine, but you are roboting. The guest is fine, but your connection seems to be having problems. Just give me a moment. I'm just putting
give me 1 second.
I'm just putting up the cringy poetry you sent me. It should be on the screen now. Okay. Here you go. I'll mute myself again so you can do the show.
Okay. I'm back. Hopefully I'm not fucking roboting too badly. Am I still roboting?
Yeah.
It's fucked. All right.
People can hear you.
All right. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Got that pulled up. Okay, here it is. So here it fucking is, writing his fucking poem. Should I read this, Cam, or should I?
Oh, you should absolutely read it.
This piece of poetry, he's written this to Jamie, right?
These were. She was snooping through his stuff and she found the drawer. He wasn't intending anybody to see these.
So
she snapped photos in order to reverse them. You know, so if you don't finish poetry the normal way, it never got out.
Oh boy. Well, this is from the private poetry of our times, Shakespeare of our times. Eliot of time, Dax Herrera. This is entitled "I Want to Believe." He was inspired by an X-Files episode. I want to believe in the Simpspiracy myself. Perhaps that's what he was inspired by, was the Simpspiracy. Who knows? There's one that I don't understand. There's one that I don't understand, and that's everything. Why we like music, and some like to dance, and why birds like to sing. Why we all, what the fuck? It's just crossed out. And why we take fear, laugh, and pray for our souls to wake. Why we smile and keep children near. Whoa, he keeps children near.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something that he wanted to get out there to the world, that he keeps children near. You sick fuck. And cry whenever hearts break. These things and others that some would call magic cause the soul to yearn. But what happens to the child who sees through the bullshit, defines each of life's beauties in turn? It's the cost of What the fuck? Gruel, a pain only the human mind could conceive. And looking at the mess, ankle deep in rotting hubris, I just want to believe. So this is fucking wild. This is bro. He didn't mean for anyone's heart. This is from heart. These are
to believe.
These are the inner machinations of the mind. I mean, that's what he's thinking about children and children seeing through his bullshit. So, like, when he's grooming his children and feeding them to Digibro and, selling these children off that the Chinese triads bring in through his Ghislaine Maxwell girlfriend and all this fucking shit, he deep down is guilty about it, and he wants to believe that the children will be safe. Maybe that's what he's thinking. He feels guilt in his heart about, grooming and molesting these children, and he's crafted this. Oh, quite honestly, just in all seriousness, this is some of the shittiest fucking poetry I've ever fucking seen. First of all, it doesn't rhyme. Second of all, it's like the worst fucking shit. Like, he's talking about the most basic bitch stuff, like birds, and music, and chill laughter, and smiles.
The Diary of Rick Sanchez.
Fuck me. This is the sort of shit like a ninth grader, like fucking kids in high school doing English class would write a better fucking poem than this. This is shit you might come up with in like third fucking grade. Let's finish this off. Oh, I want to believe that love is more than a neurochemical induced state of insanity. Holy shit, this is some Rick Sanchez shit. Involving successful cohesions of two projected matrices. What the fuck? What is he talking about?
You don't think that's deep?
Oh, fuck. It's terrible. It's so bad.
Cohesions of two projected ego matrices.
Oh,
that's deep.
I want to believe that it's more than animalistic lust.
Hold on. Look at the word that's crossed out.
Atavistic. Yeah. No, but then he uses it in the next line. So he was initially planning on using atavistic twice.
This is the word. This is the word that he just pulls out whenever he just wants to feel smart.
It's so fucking blatant. Like, the guy is not an intellectual. He's not a deep thinker. But he wants to be perceived as this deep man of mystery and romance and intrigue, writing his poetry in his deep emotional state of mind.
Oh, come on. You can't imagine him like on acid and playing the piano and belting his heart out, singing this song about I just want to believe.
I just want to believe. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's a blind zero-sum game with only one player who wants the outcome to change. That rhymes. Good job. There you go. I don't know what he's going for here. A socially condoned state of addiction ingrained against instinct to promote industry. Oh, fuck.
Hit you with an info bomb there at the end.
People are losing their mind about the fucking audio. Holy shit. I don't know what to say, folks. My internet connection seems to be fucking good. It is what it is. We've had shitty audio before. We're going to continue to have shitty audio. If you don't like it, you can fucking leave. I don't care. That was me channeling Dick. Fuck you in the audience. I'm an important person, and you'll deal with whatever shit I serve up. All right. This Dick's poetry. That's fucking jokes. That's some amazing shit. What a fucking Chad. What a masculine man writing his fucking poetry there.
Backwards.
Holy
writing it backwards.
Backwards. It's backwards. We had to flip it. We had to mirror it. By the way, his writing's about as fucking bad as mine. Like, his penmanship, I guess he was writing it backwards, but it was fucking fucked. Fucking fucked. Okay. All right. I wanted to get into some of this shit people have probably heard before, but I wanted you to tell me about Asterios, who he is, and the falling out with Dick and all that shit. Give me that shit.
Okay. Well, Asterios Kokkinos was sort of probably the most frequent guest on the biggest problem in the universe. Dick's old show with Maddox. But then after the breakup, Asterios took Dick's side. And they both got sued together by Maddox, and you know the bond was tight. But I don't know. Eventually, Asterios was trying to countersue Maddox, and Dick was talking up, fucking funding it. He was like fuck yeah, let's fucking get Maddox. I'll fund it, whatever. But then Asterios calls in one episode and says, all right, let's set up something with my lawyer, and you can talk to him and help fund it.
Mm-hmm.
And Dax is like, wait, I want to do this on my terms. Basically, he just said, fuck you, I'm not going to do it. And that was the last time Asterios ever called in. You know, supposedly there's some other bad blood, I guess. I think Dax really just didn't like that Asterios sort of ghosted. But
so basically Dax really snaked on one of his most loyal guys who was really a big supporter of the program and a big part of the show, and he just totally fucked him over. So that's basically what happened, yeah?
Yeah, made him look like an idiot on the air. I don't know, it was just really awkward for everyone, that episode. But that, yeah. So Asterios never called in again. Dex was pretty, you know, visibly upset. You know, he'd bitch about Asterios on Twitter all the fucking time. You know, back when Monkey Jones was having his meltdown, you know, Asterios, who had a podcast with Monkey, Asterios was having like a little fight with Monkey Jones, and Dax was egging it on and trying to sort of create a rift there to get to get Monkey Jones on his own show and away from Asterios.
Crazy fucking shit, man. Okay, so I'm going to ask you about some other shit.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people talk about artists that Dick has contracted and other people that he's worked with in the past, that after they do a job for him, he just refuses to pay them. Is this the case? Are there instances where he's just refused to pay invoices? He's refused to pay people who do work for him? I've heard this to be the case.
Well, probably one of the sources for that is fucking Hazen Cruz, who is just an absolute retard. But what I've heard is that he is just, if you don't ask to be paid for something, he's not going to pay you for it. Like, he'll just assume you're just sending him free art. But I've heard that he's been just like really fucking late, with like months late with paying people for, like, you know, fucking $50 or something for a thumbnail. And I've also heard that Sean, who is a co-host and actually has like supposedly gets like a percentage, I think it's like 10% of the podcast, the Patreon money. I've heard that he'll go like months without paying Sean. But I mean, they're friends. I assume there's no fucking big deal.
So wait a minute. So does Sean have another source of income? Does Sean have a real job, or is this?
Oh yeah, no, he's got. He does have a real job. He does I don't know, like audio work for voice acting places, and I don't know really, but it's good money he makes.
Because I always thought Sean like was just very desperate and has to go along with this shit because he has no other choice. Like, he just has no talent in life but to be Dax's slave, bitch boy, yes man, sidekick, fucking jabroni there. But, you know, he really has no excuse then. If he has a real job and he's making real money, why is he associated with this fucking guy who, I mean, in polite society, amongst 50% of the population. Now, I don't happen to be a liberal or a socialist or a Democrat, but amongst those people, Dick Masterson is considered a total slime bag, racist, sexist, piece of fucking shit. And now amongst the other half of the population, right-wing guys, they realize that, Dax is a degenerate that gets fucked with dildos and sucks dick and, is defending pedophilia. So basically in all of society, amongst every fucking group, he is considered a slimy scumbag piece of fucking shit, basically the lowest of the low, the biggest piece of shit in the world. And Sean goes along with this, and it's going to be damaging to his reputation and to his real job eventually, because Dick is so insane to double down on this over and over and over again. And I'm telling you, with the money laundering shit, with having the underage girls at the house, all this stuff, shit is going to finally come out, and Dick is going to get busted for crimes. He is absolutely a criminal. I don't care what anyone says. I don't need more evidence than what I have. And I'm telling you, Sean shouldn't be going along with this. And the fact that he has a real job and he has the option not to do this, he still does it, blows my fucking mind.
Well,
I don't understand.
Well, I mean, what it comes down to, I guess, is just that they're friends. They've been friends since they were kids. I guess that's really all there is to it. And it's just fucking simple shit like that. It's like, which is the reason why Dax has doubled down on like Digibro and Riley, even though everybody fucking hates them, because those are just two people who fucking suck his ass the hardest. And Ethan Ralph, Ethan Ralph wants to be Dax. He got the same camera. He got the camera set up. He got the shit on his wall. He's calling his girlfriend Zoomer girl. I don't know if he's
just terrible, isn't it? Just terrible. I mean, imagine looking up to Dick as your father figure, as your guiding light, as the man who's gonna really save you if you follow his way, and then going so far as to make your studio the same as him, to refer to your girlfriend with the same kind of cute nickname that Dick does, all this fucking shit. I mean, the fucking loser that Ethan Ralph is, it's just fucking unimaginable. Unimaginable the levels of fucking loserdom and failure that man embodies. Moving on to something you brought up to me when we first started our correspondence. You sent me this book that was on Dax's coffee table.
Okay.
And you wanted to tell me a little bit about this?
Yeah, it's a book called Confessions of a Sociopath, and apparently it was sitting on the coffee table pretty much the entire time that Jamie had been staying with him. And she never read it until much later, obviously, but when she did look it up, apparently she sent me a couple excerpts from it that he has been quoted to her or on the show. Done things out of it. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, again, Jamie's word. So you got to take Jamie's word for it that the book was there and that he said these things. But I mean,
because he's straight up like he is straight up quoting verbatim lines from this novel. If Jamie's to be believed, this sociopath book, which like Markovite fucking tome, where it's telling you like how to manipulate people and how to fuck them up and control them. Like some of these excerpts, like manipulation is where the traits of a sociopath take a distinct turn for the nefarious in a lot of people's minds. But I don't want it is just fulfilling an exchange. People want to please you, to want as a good thing. And manipulation is just something they want. You might call it seduction. One of my sociopathic friends gave this example. One guy wants to sell a car for $5,000. The second wants to buy it for $1,000. I am aware of the two, but neither is aware of the other. I buy the car for $5,000 and sell it to the second guy for $10,000, and I make $5,000. It's called arbitrage and happens on Wall Street every day. We all get what we want, and we're all happy as long as the two never connect the dots and never learn more than they need to. I facilitate their ignorance for the benefit of all. So this is Dar's like mindset in life is like, yeah, I'm doing people a favor by manipulating them. Everybody gets what they want. Like, what a sick fucking guy. Like, this is the sort of mindset of him. And he wants to be known as a sociopath. Like, this is
he wants to teach this to his followers and his fans, like Riley. You know, these are the sorts of life lessons that he's learning from Dax.
Fuck.
And all the other fans who look up to him like a sort of father figure. And, you know, people will say that, you know, it's ridiculous. It's just a comedy podcast. No one does that. But I mean, I'm sure you've seen plenty of examples of these types of people who will just fucking straight up repeat shit that he says.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they get their opinions from, like, it's a fucking cult. I don't know what there else is to say about it. It's like formed around hating Maddox, and it just became its own weird personality cult. Where I don't know. They claim to just be comedy podcast fans, but they just sit around and circle jerk his opinions. It's weird.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I mean, this whole mentality of like being a sociopath, I'm the only person that matters. Other people are just objects for me to utilize and to control and means to an end for me to get what I want and get power and get money and get wealth and get success. It's a very fucked up mentality. And part of the reason why I go so hard against Dick Masterson is because he is trying to instill this narcissistic, nihilistic worldview into his audience.
Exactly.
He actively makes the world a worse place every single time he tweets, every single time he does his podcast, because the worldview and the ideology he espouses is so inherently selfish and so fucked up that it would make Ayn Rand fucking blush. You know, he is beyond fucking objectivist. He is just whatever I say goes. Whatever is good for me is what's best for everything. You know, he's just a fucking slimy cunt. I can't stand the fucking guy. I really think he's involved in some deep, shady, fucked up shit. And I think eventually it's going to come out. I think a lot of it's already starting to fucking seep out. When you look at New Project 2, when you look at how fucked up it was, it didn't have a terms of service. It did not have any sort of safeguards or protections. It was just a shitty fucking WordPress website. And it got shut down for money laundering. He got put on the match list. And he can cry and piss and moan and blame Josh all he wants. But the truth of the matter is, it's his own damn fault, and he was clearly doing shady shit through this processor. And we don't know exactly what, but when the bank shut you down, it's not because you're a fucking conservative or you're a dangerous voice. Sometimes it is, maybe, but not in this instance. This guy isn't like some racial realist or some fucking, you know, really fucking extreme political opinion or whatever. No, he does a shitty fucking comedy show. The feds have no reason to shut him down for extremist talk or whatever the fuck. Give me a break. The fucking thing was shut down because it was a money laundering scheme. And that's the reality. And until somebody can prove otherwise, because the reasonable authorities have said it's money laundering, then we're going to go with what the authorities have told us. I'm sorry. People might be upset there, but...
Yeah. One thing that Maddox said, like, very early on, when the Patreon first started, like, really jumping up, was that, you know, Dax was using Patreon bots. And I don't know, he said he could prove it or something, but he never done that. He never followed up on anything. You know, Maddox is an idiot. But, of course, everything he said was immediately discredited because he was Maddox. But maybe do it.
The other fuckers want for their show, and it's the same with Dick, it's the same with Raph. All these guys, they always want this villain that show. They can direct all the energy of the show and run by this enemy. You know, for Dick, it's Matt. For Ralph, Dane, Matt, it's crap with these other people.
Yeah, if you have a storyline, all you have to do is talk shit. You don't have to fuck funny. You don't have to make content. You don't have to write jokes or whatever.
Yeah, but have you ever wondered why Dick hasn't made you his storyline figure?
Because they're not free enough.
The reason why is because you would fucking destroy the guy. It's the same reason why Ralph won't make me the villain of his show, is because I'm too competent, and he would get fucking blown out in the exchanges. And so therefore they don't want to engage with anybody who's even somewhat competent. So therefore their audience slowly starts to tune out, because it was built on this idea of fighting the other, fighting the monster of the week, fighting the bad guy. There's no longer any bad guys that are just fucking bumbling buffoons like Maddox that you can just point and laugh at. So his show is just slowly dying on the fucking vine. Slowly dying on the vine.
And the same thing he did, you know, I guess sort of with me, where he won't mention me and ignores it. Same thing he did with Jesse. He straight up had a rule for his show to not mention Jesse, and if he did, it was like it was straight up out of one of the episodes.
Yeah,
that would be funny to go back and find. But yeah, no, that's the thing. You got to find somebody who's just a total idiot who you can go after and you can create a narrative around, because obviously you're smarter and more competent around that, and you can control the narrative. You know, with somebody who's actually not a fucking idiot, you know, they'd be able to go out and use their words and fucking explain shit. Because like when you were talking to Dax on Ricada's stream, like he just goes down with cleft cock. What was that? What was that even? Like he can't fucking debate shit. He just fucking yells insults at you, and that's something that he sort of prided himself on. Like it's hilarious. He's gonna go on and fucking troll people in debates, but I mean, you just look like an idiot.
Well, there's a difference between organic and synthetic, right? So with Maddox, this, you know, villain monster of the week character came about organically through the show.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time now, Dick is trying to artificially force this monster of the week or this villain. He's been bringing in various people to try and do it. Recently, he tried to bring in Boogie to be the replacement. Mundane Matt, you know. And the thing of it is that even Boogie, who is really down in the dumps now, his viewership is low, he's desperate to try anything. Even Boogie turned his nose up at Dick and said, "No, sorry, bud, fuck you. You get nothing, pound sand." And that just shows the sort of pull and the clout that Dax has. He can't even get an over the hill 400-pound fucking E-celeb who is desperate for anything to come on his program, because Boogie realizes that there's nothing to be gained by going on Dick's show, because he has no audience and he has nothing.
Yeah. I mean, his whole reputation now is that if you're going to work with him, he's going to fuck you over somehow and try to make you into a laughing stock with his fans and probably your own fans or something. Like, manipulative piece of shit.
So
no one would want to work with that.
So now we're coming to the show where the part of the show where we're at the real main event. I wanted you to tell me about Juju the cow.
Oh,
hit us with Juju the cow. Tell us the fucking full story of Juju the cow, so that everybody knows. Okay, I want you to tell this full fucking story. Give us all the lore you can on Juju the cow. Lay it out for us, because I'm roboting. I think you're fine. So tell everybody what's going on, and then I'll try and fucking comment in my robot voice on what you said.
All right. Well, Juju the cow is Dax's animal persona. I guess you could call it a persona for the bedroom. You know, he doesn't wear the suit. I don't think he calls it yiffing, but you know, he with Jamie, he was a animalistic wolf, you know, a beast where you can dominate. But then with Marie, his persona was Juju the cow, which of course not Juju the bull. Meaning, yeah, of course, it's a female cow. And I guess his thing was that he liked getting his udders sucked. I didn't get any sort of elaboration on that. I don't know if the udder are his nipples or some other his body, but that was his thing. He likes to get his she likes to get her udders sucked. Yeah.
So bombshell news on the PPP show. Dax Herrera, aka Dick Masterson, the biggest Chad in the world, the symbol of male vitality and Chaddom and greatness, is role playing in the bedroom as a cow. He is role playing as a literal fucking cow. Okay, he's become the lol cow that he always wanted to be in the bedroom, where he's having Jamie Lynn Hughes suck his nipples, or Marie suck his nipples,
Yeah, Marie.
so that he can. Marie sucks his nipples. So with Marie, so this is still happening every night in the Barbie fucking dream mansion. Dax Herrera is playing out this fantasy about how he's Juju the cow. I don't know how he came up with the name Juju. Maybe it's just in his heart. He feels really Jewish. He wants to, let that really out. Let out the Jewish side of himself, this depraved kind of side of himself. He calls himself Juju. And Marie fucking sucks on his titties, and he goes moo, moo as he's getting fucked, as he's getting pegged at the ass with sparkly purple dildo. He's going moo, moo, and as he denies this shit, he's fucking say it's not moo, but it is true. It is true, Dax. And this is what Jamie has said. There are screenshots on Discord. I can show you guys all the shit. This didn't come out of nowhere. I'm not making this fucking shit up. This is fucking legit. Dax Herrera role plays in the bedroom in a persona as Juju the fucking cow to this day. And with Jamie, he was Wolfie the wolf. Yeah. Wolfie the fucking wolf. Oh, and he thinks he's a werewolf in real life. He wants to role play out this fantasy.
Powerful. He's got the hair.
This is his fucking mind. This is who we're talking about. This guy is depraved and degenerate as fuck. I mean, holy fuck. We have persona shit. We have him getting pegged. We have him sucking dick like a homosexual. We have him associating with underage girls. We have him titillating a pedophile by bringing a 14-year-old girl on. All these things add up to me as somebody that nobody who is conservative, which is the audience that he courts, is like racial realists, conservatives now. He loves to fucking say he's a libertarian, all this fucking shit. He loves to court these people. None of these people should take him seriously. None of these people should take his advice on life seriously. I mean, do you want to end up being Juju the fucking cow? Or Wolfie the fucking wolf? Role playing out your fucking weird furry fantasies? Because that's where Dax's life advice is going to get you. Just giving into total depravity and degeneracy, spreading your asshole for sparkly purple dildos. And again, I understand a lot of people aren't going to believe this shit. It's too wacky, too wild. Yeah. But look at what you're seeing on screen. He's saying, I could suck a dozen cocks without choking. He'd suck a dick if it was big enough. So this is just some fucking crazy shit, Cam. Just some crazy shit. This guy is a fucking literal cow. A lol cow. Sick.
Yeah. Sick. I've heard from Jamie that Dax actually has a little bracelet that Maria made for him that says Juju on it. And she gets upset at him that he that he won't wear it. It's their thing. It's cute.
Marie made him a bracelet that has Juju on it. This is a real thing. Yeah. You're not bullshitting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what Jamie told me.
Is there a picture of this fucking bracelet that says Juju on it? Does it exist? It doesn't exist.
Well, apparently it does. That's what I've heard. But I'm sure it'll be destroyed soon.
I'm sure it will be. Well, I don't know. Maybe Marie will say, "No, this is our thing. You're Juju."
Yeah, but Juju has been soiled by the internet. Everybody calling him a Juju the cow.
Juju goes moo moo. Juju goes moo moo in his pants when he gets fucking diddled with his dildo, his dragon dildo up his ass. That's what I've heard, is that he also has a dragon dildo, that he gets fucked up the ass with a double-headed dragon dildo. I don't know how true this is.
A dragon
Just
dildo.
something I've heard. Yeah, the dragon dildo. Diddler Dax with the dragon dildo.
Well, with everything else I've heard about him, no reason to doubt that.
All right, that was the main event. Really, is Juju the fucking cow. We've heard this for the past number of weeks, if not months, but I don't think anybody's really brought this out into the spotlight too much, at least in my sphere. And so I'm glad you could fucking enlighten us on Juju the cow. That's really some shocking fucking shit. Do you have anything else that you want to bring out, Cameron? You have a whole vault, a whole dossier, a whole folder. What do you have? Do you have anything else you want to bring out?
I mean, there's just some other case stuff, but this is, of course, all stuff Jamie has told me. Like that she went snooping on his Instagram or something, and she found in his likes pictures of guys just in their underwear, muscly guys.
No.
Just a lot of it. Yeah.
What a fucking weird man.
When she would tell me this stuff, I'd just be like, okay, well, whatever. It's probably just something. There's probably a reason for it. But when you sort of add it all up, it paints a picture.
It really does paint a picture. And what I hope has been accomplished with this stream of them, the audio is fucked up. We'll have to bring you in again sometime to go over this stuff, maybe with some more structure and some more prep.
Yeah.
And with better audio and stuff like this. But we just wanted to get sort of a picture out there of this man, of his degenerate and depraved behavior and activities, how he burns basically everybody he's involved with in business dealings. He is associated with weird fucking people, crackheads like Riley, fucking pedophiles like Digibro. His, girlfriend is a teacher who he says all teachers are pedophiles. He's having underage girls at his house and he provides fake ID. He's supposedly getting pegged with dildos. He's supposedly in a fursona as Juju the cow going moo moo as his udders are getting sucked on and he's getting pegged with dragon dildos. I mean, it's just a fucking wild picture to be painted of this man who is supposedly such a Chad and such a king. Do you know?
I mean, to be fair, on his own show, if his listeners would know, he paints himself as pretty much exactly that kind of person. And I think that's why a lot of them aren't really that surprised, except for this recent pedo shit, which is what most people you think would draw them. But he's always been very upfront about being a degenerate, about being he talked on the Biggest Problem show about how he shits his pants regularly. I mean, it's definitely it is something recent where he's sort of developing this weird sort of machismo where he's afraid of looking bad.
You gotta tell me this. He says that he shits his pants.
Yeah, because of his alcoholism, it makes him shit his pants.
What?
Yeah.
And so he's drinking so much that his liver has failed, his digestive system has failed, and he is in fact now unable to control his bowels, and he's just shitting himself.
Yeah, and that was a fun story that he told on The Biggest Problem, and it was cool because alcoholism was cool. It's fine.
But alcoholism isn't cool, especially if you're shitting your pants.
He shits his pants because he's a cool, fun drunk.
Okay, so if I'm hanging out with my buddies and we're drinking at the bar,
yeah,
and my buddy shits his pants and I start to smell shit in the air, that's not really cool. You know, like if we're trying to get girls, or you're trying to, you know, and Buddy with his shit pants comes up to you as you're trying to get a girl at the club. Is that cool? Like, it's not cool. What a fucking.
He'd say you're just a pussy or something. You know,
is it from the alcoholism that he's shitting his pants, or is it because he's now incontinent because he's put so much stuff up his ass? So is the alcoholism just an excuse? Because as far as I didn't think alcoholism could make you shit yourself all the time. Maybe if you were so drunk, you'd just fucking shit yourself. But, you know, not like regular incontinence. But what I'm starting to think is that this man gets fucked so often with a dildo up the ass or by another man that he now has lost control of his bowels completely and is forced to wear an adult diaper. Now, does he say he wears an adult diaper?
No, he just shits his underwear.
He just shits his underwear. He doesn't even have the fucking dignity to get the adult diaper out.
Yeah, no. One of the stories actually from the show is that he borrowed his dad's underwear and wore his dad's underwear and shit in them.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I don't remember the full context, but yeah, that's what happened.
So this man goes to. I have to assume his father is probably in his 60s or 70s.
He's a younger guy. I think he's got to be like early 60s, maybe.
So let's just say he's 65. He's going to his 65-year-old father's residence to steal his underwear because he is so penniless from purchasing the Crack Shack Barbie Dream Mansion that he can no longer afford new underwear because he shit so many pairs from the incontinence caused by dragon dildos and booze. He's now stealing his father's underwear. You know, I've heard about panty raids, but I've never heard about raiding your dad's underwear drawer. So I don't know if he fucking raids his mom's underwear drawer and sniffs that shit too, but he's fucking raiding his dad's underwear drawer to fucking put on his dad's old dirty fucking underwear. Maybe some weird incestual fantasy is going on about him and his dad. I don't know. God only fucking knows.
He's got some weird things with his parents.
So fucking weird. Shits his fucking pants. His dad's pants. Not even his own pants.
Yeah.
See, these are the things, Cameron, that you need to realize, that just in casual conversation you bring up that no one else knows. You understand? Like, to you, this is like, yeah, this is just who Dax is. But none of us know that this man borrows his father's underwear to shit his pants because he's such a degenerate alcoholic.
Yeah, there's a lot in the old show, Biggest Problem in the Universe, that might be worth re-exploring now, given the current context.
What the fuck? Now. This fucking crazy, man. Some wild shit. Some wild fucking shit. What else do you got? What do you got? Anything else, Cam?
Anything else? No, not really.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll draw to a close here. I'm sure that there's tons more. We'll bring you on again for another appearance because shit got fucked up today. Dispatch wants to run the audio for it. Dispatch wants to grill you. Where's the proof? This and that. Dispatch doesn't believe you and your fucking stories. He's like, give me the fucking receipts, this and this. It's Dispatch. It is what it is. So maybe we'll have the show at some point in the future, even next week or a couple weeks from now. I don't know when it'll line up, but we'll probably have you back on because unfortunately the audio got fucked up on this show. We'll go through some other shit. We'll give you some time to prepare and go through your dossier and fucking comb through it and all that sort of thing. But I really appreciate you coming on, Cameron. I think you did a great job, expanding on some of this lore for people who weren't aware of it before, because this shit's just unbelievable. It is hard to believe that he would be this degenerate,
Yeah. And I don't know. I've become like really desensitized to it all, I guess. But it is fucking like disgusting. A lot of it.
All right. Well, give us your closing statement. Where can people find you? Watch your shit, all that kind of thing.
Oh, go look me up. Cameron Clarke on Google. Look at all the Cameron Clarke shit. I got all Cameron Clarke.
All right.